MidAmerican has a large investment in wind and solar power. What effect do subsidies and incentives have on that business? And could you share your thoughts on a sustainable energy policy?
I believe on wind, and we're much bigger in wind than solar, although we've entered solar in the last 6 months or so. We've got 2 solar projects that we own about a half of each one of them. But we've been doing wind for quite a while. And I think the subsidy is 2.2 cents for 10 years per kilowatt hour. And that's a federal subsidy. And there's no question that that makes wind projects in areas where the wind blows fairly often, that makes wind projects work, whereas they wouldn't work without that subsidy. The math just wouldn't work out. So the government, by putting in that 2.2 cents subsidy, has encouraged a lot of wind development. And I think if there had been none, my guess is there would have been no wind development. I don't think any of our projects would make sense without that subsidy. In the case of solar, the projects we have got a commitment from Pacific Gas and Electric to a very long-term purchase commitment. How that ties in with their particular obligations or anything, I mean, there may be some subsidy involved in why they wish to buy it at the price they do from us. I'm sure there is. I don't know the specifics of it. But neither one of those projects, neither solar nor wind, and if Greg Abel is here and wants to go over to a microphone and correct me on this, it'd be fine. But I don't think any solar or wind would be working without subsidy. And of course, you can't count on wind for your base load. I mean, it works and it's clean, but if the wind isn't blowing, it does not mean that everybody wants to have their lights off. So it's a supplementary type of generation, but it can't be part of your base generation. Charlie, do you have any thoughts on that? And Greg, do we have Greg up there? Go ahead, Charlie.
Well, I think, of course, eventually we're going to have to take a lot of power from these renewable sources, and of course we're going to have to help the process along with subsidies. And I think it's very wise that that's what the various governments are doing.
Yeah, you can say the future is subsidizing, oil and natural gas now, in a sense. Is Greg up there?